Hello everybody, my name is Benjamin Bloom and I've just witnessed Reading 0, Ipswich 4. Reading 0, Ipswich 4. Ipswich win 4-0 away from home, and we've just been checking the other results. It looks like it's been a very, very bad day for Reading down at the bottom. I think Barnsley are winning by 2, Burton are winning by 2. So there's 3 possible teams that could catch Reading next week, and I believe Reading are away at Cardiff, who have also won. So Reading need to beat Cardiff next week, and Cardiff know next week if they win they're in the Premier League. So this could be quite bad for Reading, have more implications. Reading lined up, Manone in goal, Gunter, Richards, Moore, Ilori with a back 4, Swift and Kelly sat in midfield. Aluko was down the right, Barrow down the left, Kermigan off, Bodvarsson up front. Very experimental team by Brian Klug for Ipswich. So Białkowski in goal, Webster in the middle of the 3 centre-halves, no Carter Vickers today. Knudsen to his left was the captain. Wolfenden, who's been recalled from Bromley, made his league debut at right centre-half. Spence and Kenlock were the wing-backs. No Skews in midfield, so Connolly and Nydam sat in the middle. The way it transpired, Carayal played most of his game down the right and Falami down the left with Waghorn up front. The first 10 minutes of this game were rubbish. Both teams lacked intensity, and nothing really happened until the 13th minute. Carayal goes down the right, smashes it in low. Everyone's arriving. Waghorn's there pretty much like 2 yards out, and it's dealt with well by Reading. Nice turn by Carayal again on 18. Feeds Kenlock down the left. He cuts it back. Nice little chipped cross to Carayal, who's into the box. He volleys it, side foot volleys it. Good firm connection. It's going in the goal. I need to watch that back. Might have even hit Falami, but it's blocked out before it can test the keeper. Reading force a corner. Second ball falls to Kermigan, lands to him 6 yards out. He's quite slow onto it though. Hits it with the left foot and it's blocked out. Good chance there, the first one for Reading. Bodvarsson, chest and volley blocked out for a corner. Good front play from him. Nice work up front between Nydam and Falami. Carayal's got space from 30 yards, knocks it out of his feet, hits the shot right-footed. Manone to his left. Kenlock then drives through and kind of flollops down. I think he'd kind of given up the end of his run, but certainly good attacking intent from Kenlock from left wing back today. Definitely not a penalty though. Reading should score here on 27. Barrow gets in down the left for once. He puts in exactly the right ball. Bodvarsson is running in at speed, and obviously his brain can't compute the running, the ball arriving and getting his feet sorted out. He completely misses his kick. He's probably about 8 yards out. Great chance for Reading at 0-0 there. Carayal pounces on a loose ball here. Waghorn beats his man, cuts back on his left foot. We saw him score a free kick from Sheffield Wednesday in this position where he's going to curl it around the keeper. He goes for the shot. Manone catches it. I will say I don't blame him for shooting because he was pretty starved of service for most of this game. Nydam was arriving into the box at great speed, so maybe a cross would have worked there. On 40, good play by Ipswich. Connolly blocks. Spence follows up down the right. Inviting cross from him. I was surprised he went right to the byline and hung it up. Falami looked a bit overcautious with the shot. He kind of, I don't know, he was more scared of missing than thought he was going to score there. Reading break out. Aluko's got the ball. Barrow's got loads of space ahead of him, and Aluko needs to put it ahead so he can run onto it. But it comes kind of alongside, so Barrow has to check his run. He goes for goal. Wolfenden looks terrified. He backs off. But he basically says to Barrow, look, shoot. And Barrow shoots over, which is probably a good way to play Barrow, not to engage in a tackle and say, well, look, put in a good cross or a good shot, and, I just won't let you outrun me. Barrow right to left, weak curler at Białkowski. Sears comes in for Carayal. Don't know what happened there. Carayal just sat down and then he was substituted, and then 2 minutes of stoppage time. Kelly bends a free kick in. Kermigan's on the near post. He glances ahead, but it's weakly through to Białkowski. The first half wasn't good. I think both teams seemed to be happy with the draw. I think Reading were a little bit, well, we know a draw will be fine, we don't want to lose. And particularly in the midfield, there wasn't a lot of intensity there. And it was punctuated by very kind of boring 5-minute periods of inactivity. Although some chances, I guess, but not the highest quality game I've seen this season. Into the second half, Richards gets badly caught out by Sears. Sears goes down the right wing spot. He can't quite find Waghorn there. Richards would only last another minute because he goes off. Elphick comes on, so Gunter goes over to left back. Elphick and Moore are the centre backs, and then Laurie goes to right back. So bit of a reorganised back four. Remember, there's a left back playing at right back for later in the game here. Nice run by Swift, shoots and wins a corner. From the corner, it's touched on at the near post. It's going into the crowd. I don't know where it's going into goal, but a big, strong hand by Białkowski really scoops it out of the goal. Threaded through to Aluko in the inside right spot. Brilliant first touch to take the pace off the ball. He stands up Knudsen, who jockeys him quite well. Tries to do a clever shot using Knudsen as the mask and curl it round him, but it's too weak. Sears, weak shot by the edge of the area. Easy save for Manone. Aluko and Kermigan on 62. They combine well. It's chipped over to Barrow. Good chest down from Barrow. He can't control his volley though. Wouldn't come down quickly while he's closed down. Gunter gets put in a really good crossing position here. Just get the overload going. Ipswich a bit narrow and he comes down. We'll give him a pass. His cross was poor, but he was playing left back. So you can see Reading probably in their best spot here between sort of 60 and 65 minutes. Barrow stands up a nice cross. It really floats over Aluko. He doesn't let it drop. He goes for the volley high up and volleys it into the ground, and it kind of trickles wide. A corner to Ipswich. This is the key moment of the game here on 68, and it's a lightning break by Reading. I think they get 3 against 2. Swift does exactly the right thing. He crosses to Bodvarsson. Bodvarsson takes it. He chips it into the box. Swift is still running. He hits a really good shot on the volley. He hits it down the middle though, and Białkowski makes a great save. Tips it, although I will say if Swift finds either corner, he's going to score from there. And that is so key because Reading are hemming Ipswich in on 70 minutes. Ipswich are going to counter-attack and take the lead. It goes out to Sears on the right. He's got no support. He's kind of like, okay, what do I do? There's 2 men on him. He takes on the first and he does brilliantly. He goes down the line and he earns a little bit of luck as he approaches the penalty box. He goes for the cross and it deflects off the guy marking him, and I'll admit does bounce very luckily for Spence, who's just managing to back him up. Spence arrives, corner of the box. He sees Waghorn. Waghorn's on the edge of the 6-yard box. He's free. I'm sat the other end. I can't tell you whether he's offside or not. He's either offside or that's really bad defending because that's Ipswich's top striker. Spence feeds it into Waghorn. He takes the touch, hits it right-footed. He's close and Manone can't really do anything with it. And Ipswich have the lead. Disaster for Reading on 70 minutes. They've just had their best spell. Białkowski's just made that save from Swift, and then Ipswich, great work from Sears. Lucky bounce, probably earned his luck, and Spence finds Waghorn. And Waghorn's been cut in a very pissed off figure the last few games, been getting no service, looked very cross. If you give this guy service, he will score. He's got 15 goals with precious little service this season, so really, really pleased for Waghorn. There, Barrow's cross deflects off Spence on 75, balloons up in the air. Białkowski loses it. Kenlock doesn't quite know what to do. Is it going to drop in the corner? No, he just drops round the far post. Gleeson comes in from Nydam on 76, and the killer goal, 2-0 to Ipswich on 78. And this is just good pressing, and you see this on a couple of Ipswich goals today. Falami is chasing what you call the proverbial lost cause. He runs in, the Reading defender tries to clear it, and Falami gets the block on it, and it kind of flies up in the air, and he can chase it over now. Falami plays a great ball into the channel to set Waghorn away. He cuts inside. His first shot gets blocked. He tries to get it on the left foot, of course, and it comes out to Wolfenden, and this is what I love about this goal. It comes out to Wolfenden under pressure. This is an Ipswich centre-half, This is the difference between an Ipswich Academy player who's been trained to pass the ball and a player who played under the previous manager who would have been trained to belt that ball forward and keep the pressure on. Wolfenden is under pressure, he takes a touch, he doesn't hoof it, feeds it into Waghorn. Waghorn's smart, he plays a little ball around the corner to Spence, and now Spence has got loads of space on the right hand side. He dribbles into the box and everyone's thinking it's Jordan Spence. Right, who are we going to mark? Spence takes his time. Who am I going to cross it to? Who am I going to cross it to? He keeps going, he keeps going. No one charges him down. He knows if he sticks his foot through it, he's probably going to score, and he smashes it near post, straight through Manone in goal, and it's 2-0. I love it. These two academy players, Falami with the charge down and the pass through. And I just love that Wolfenden had the composure to keep that move alive and not just hoof it back in the mixer like we may have seen for large parts of this season. Brilliant stuff from the two academy guys. And well done Spence, who I would say wasn't necessarily the best player in the first half. But now has an assist and a goal in this game, so expect to see him in the team of the week in the websites. Martin comes straight on for Bodvarsson, Smith for Kermorgan. I guess Clement is just trying to freshen this up. Ipswich just need to see the game out to get a 2-0 win here, and they bring Cotter in for Falami. Please don't ask me what the formation is. It seemed to be literally a back six, and just see this out. Maybe Klug, we know he's got a vast knowledge of football, but maybe learned a bit from the Forest game and, you know, seeing these things out. Smith comes in. He has a chance on 90. And then we go into 4 minutes of stoppage time. Reading are pushing men forward, and this is just the most hilarious goal and a very poignant moment maybe for Freddie Sears. The ball gets cleared, and I think it's Ilori. Correct me if I'm wrong, it could have been Elphig. He heads it back. He doesn't get enough on the header, and you kind of think, oh, go on Sears, chase that down. There's some chance you can deal with this. Manone comes out, he blasts the ball, and Sears gets the touch on it, and you think this could literally go anywhere. And then the whole stadium realises the ball is going directly towards the goal, and it's one of those slow motion moments. Over it sails. There's no one there. You think, where's it going to bounce? Even, is it going to spin away? But it bounces directly towards the goal, and you think, oh my God, Freddie Sears, a year without scoring probably. You cannot stuff this up. He's on the goal line. He heads it in. It's 3-0 to Ipswich. Sears doesn't seem to have had a lot of luck for a lot of time. He got lucky for the first goal when his cross fell to Spence to feed Waghorn. He got lucky for this one. I do not care. He's charging the ball out on 90 plus minutes to get onto that Manone and charge that ball down. I love it. 3-0 to Ipswich. Utter disaster to Reading. I don't know how the goal difference lies, but Reading take the centre, and I have never seen anything like this in my life. Ipswich steal the ball off them. Waghorn has got the ball 40 yards from goal, and Ipswich players are flooding forward, and I promise you, I said they're going to score again. I've never seen anything like it. Reading completely given up. Disgraceful from Reading. I've never seen anything like it. Ipswich players flooding forward, all presumably thinking, hang on a minute, they're dead. They've gone. They want to be in the dressing room. Waghorn drives it forward. He's really energetic with this. Connolly sprints past him. Waghorn plays him in. None of the Reading players are interested in. Connolly's in on goal. Dinks it past Manone, and they've scored twice in 2 minutes. 4-0. Never mind it being 4-0. Reading fans, what about that last goal? I've never seen a professional team be completely shell-shocked like that and just totally just give up and lose the plot like that. Incredible if you're an Ipswich fan. A 4-0 away win. Brilliant for Brian Klug to get the win. Two fingers up, frankly, to all of these people who've been watching from the outside saying, oh, now the previous manager has gone, you're never going to win another game. Anyway, that's the full-time score, 4-0. Let's deal with Reading first, because Reading are in the shit now, and I want to hear from Reading fans because they've got to go to Cardiff next week. Cardiff have won. Cardiff know that if they win their game next week, they are in the Premier League, and Reading need points. I believe Reading are on 43. Birmingham are there also on 43. And I guess now Barnsley must have 41 and Burton must have 41. All of those teams can now go above Reading and drop them down possibly into that relegation zone. And Reading have the hardest possible game. I know Birmingham are at home to Fulham. So at least Birmingham have a home game from their point of view. But Reading, what on earth is going to happen next week? Let me know what you think in the comments. Key moment of this game for Reading, Swift's chance on 68. But then you've got to be worried about that collapse. We thought Clement might have done enough. It's going to be a nail-biting last day. Reading fans, let me know what you think in the comments. Firstly, what's going to happen next week? And secondly, have you seen anything like that fourth goal where your team, frankly, it just looked like in complete distress and shock, and Ipswich marched through to score the fourth one? From an Ipswich point of view, this was great. It really, really was great. We knew there was nothing to play for. Again, a 3-5-2. Absence of loan players, being Carter Vickers wasn't there. No skews either. So debut for Wolfenden, who did well. A lot of times he had Spence helping him out, but there was Mo Barrow there, who's an incredibly quick player who doesn't necessarily have the nous to do things with his pace, but still a hard player to play against. And what I loved about Wolfenden's performance is key in that second goal, composure, playing it into Waghorn to set Spence away. So well done, Wolfenden. In the first half, it was noticeable the two players struggling most with the passing style, now Ipswich have changed styles, were Spence and Knudsen. So I'd be interested to know Ipswich's fans' thoughts on that. Out of the whole team, including academy graduates, they look the most uncomfortable playing the passing game. Maybe they can learn it. Be interested to know in the comments. Kentlock, good performance by him. Nyden was really good. There's definitely a good player in there. He's starting to kind of strengthen up and influence games. Shame Carrier went. Falami, good game for him. Yeah, did good things. Waghorn, I was feeling very sorry for in the first half. He was getting a bit frustrated with no service again, but he got a goal. He got an assist at the end as Reading collapsed. And brilliant for Sears to get the goal. That may or may not be the last significant contribution for him for Ipswich. We will see. Let me know what you think in the comments of that performance, of those academy players, and a bit of hope. And when was the last time Ipswich won by 4 goals? And when did Ipswich last win by 4 goals away? Stat guys, let me know. Please give me a thumbs up. I'm starting to ramble now. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me at Benjamin Bloom on Twitter. I'm off to stare at the league table and see how badly Reading are in it, and see if Ipswich have gone above Norwich. I don't think they have. Anyway, over and out. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.